Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Monday, September 12th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind this, of course, this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so just take what resonates. But I do appreciate your likes, comments, and of course, subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I do want to remind you that I am accepting requests for personal readings at this time. All the information you need is down below. Just shoot me a quick email, all right? I am hearing they're always accurate. But we're going to pull from the Gilded Tarot Royale. Not sure why we're starting or jumping right to the tarot, but this is my second attempt to do this reading. I feel as if the day has thoughts of travel, family, or reflecting upon, okay? Because those were the two oracle that came out in the first attempt to do this reading. But I also feel like you could feel inclined to or intuitively guided to do something a second time or over again for whatever reason, okay? Spiritual messing with may come into play as well. But there's thoughts of love, okay? And that doesn't just have to be romantic, but I feel like you're, okay, the number 7 coming into play, but I do feel like you're thinking about love when it comes to past relationships, people you're connecting with in general, family love, you name it, even friendship, love, moving forward. Keywording. Moving forward for Monday to begin. We have the Magician. There's a center focus on the fact that you're manifesting quite efficiently at this time. Now, whatever you are pushed to think about or you feel is most prominently on your mind throughout this day, there's going to be a reminder that you are manifesting just that. If you are consistently thinking about somebody from the past or something that didn't work out, I feel as if you're needing the reminder that that is part of what you're manifesting at this time. Expectation wise, if I could spit it out, when it comes to a similar situation you're wrapped up with, right? Say there was a past traveling situation that didn't work out and you have travel ahead. If you're thinking about the negativity that you experienced in that past travel or how it didn't work out in your favor in one way, shape, or form or had a negative outcome, you are potentially manifesting a repeat kind of situation or something similar. But I also do feel as if thoughts of an ex may pop up for some reason or another. I mean, it is Mercury retrograde, right? Or yes, I believe so. If not, it's right around the corner. But there's always that shadow period before and after. There's a reminder of just that, where the effects aren't as strong, but they do affect each of us differently. With the Six of Wands, it's a day where you're being put on stage in certain ways. You could be thinking about or prepping to be on stage more so. I really do feel like you're meant to be successful in whatever you wrap oneself up with. But I do feel like there's some slight annoyances throughout the day, but for the most part, there's a bit of a magical vibe. And I do feel like it's a day where you're thinking about or being pushed to think about at certain points. Just don't overthink when it comes to thoughts of all you've been through, right? Because I do sense being done to this reading, you've been through more than meets the eye or than you would like to explain. Your story coming into play to remind you of the fact that you are a bit of a wounded warrior or just a warrior in general who can overcome whatever is put in front of them or they're wrapped up with as far as challenges go and obstacles. But I also feel like you're being reminded your story has value when it comes to who and who you're meant to help, right? What you're meant to achieve as far as your business growth goes or as far as your work in general. It could be for your job. But I really do feel like you're planting a seed throughout this day, however that works for you. And there's a bit of secrecy, okay? Some of you thinking about a secretive person or a deceptive person from the past that made you nervous. Even thinking about them may make you a bit shaky or nervous in energy. Some of you empathic souls out there are picking up on their energetic energy. Does that make sense? horribly put and repetitive, but you get the point. You can still be, at least in my case, for example, I can think about somebody, hence why my readings are so accurate, and pick up on their energy. But I do feel like for some of you, it's more so just the thought of them or just a remembering kind of moment that makes you a little bit on edge or just, again, shaky. Okay, for some, sick to your stomach, but we need to remind you of some of the unhealthy choices you've made so that you can just recognize that you're manifesting better moving forward, or at least you should be, and to make wise choices in regards to, I want to say, love, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to work. I do feel like you are making better choices at this point along your path, and this day reminds you of just that. But I do feel like your helpful nature is coming into play, okay? You're thinking about how to help others, a very motherly vibe. You could even be connecting with your mother or being pushed to think about them or her. But I do feel like you are, or somebody who embodies that motherly sort of energy or parental kind of vibe about them. Anyways, I do feel as if there's just a push to bond with somebody who's in touch with their masculine side because you're so in touch with your feminine side throughout this day for whatever reason, okay? You could be pushed to think about two females from your past for whatever reason and how they affected your growth in a positive light, okay? Whether you realized it at that time or up until this point or not. But I do sense that there's a push to understand why you are a little bit guarded or defensive when it comes to your behavior with certain new people entering your situation or the continuation of certain connections. So at a certain point, connections that are moving towards you or into your situation are taking a focus. We need you to make the best out of what is being manifested at this time, or just who's being manifested at this time, or just who we're gifting to you in one way, shape, or form. I know that's not amazing wording, but that's how it's coming out. All right, but I do sense that there's moments of mystery taking place when it comes to the future of a connection. Even when it comes to the past, but you could be gaining clarity on the past. Some of you even better understanding somebody and therefore able to navigate through certain conversations with them more efficiently. I hope that makes sense, but I really do feel as if you are getting work done throughout this day and doing so quite efficiently, even though you are a bit burnt out, okay? Potentially just needing a nap, but not wanting to dream, or just needing a nap and not having the time. But I do feel like you are being pushed to document or write down, to put it more simplistically, write down what you come to a conclusion about, okay? So that you don't forget, or you can just revisit it in a different way. Interesting. But I do feel like the attention you receive throughout this day is going to make you feel appreciated. It's going to make you feel as if your hard work from the past up until this point is starting to pay off, or continuing to do so. I do feel like the number 3 is coming into play to remind you how spiritually connected you are, but to remind you that success and even protection, as they show me moving from 3 to 4, is on the horizon for you and just part of your situation at this time. But I really do feel as if there's connecting taking place. One specific person who you are meant to be one with is taking a focus, okay? Why do you feel so guided or pushed to bond with them? There's more than one reason. I do feel like there could be thoughts or discussions, or one specific discussion about past difficulties, heartbreak, or you may be better understanding what they've been through. And that could teach you something about what you're meant to do moving forward, or what you've been through. Interesting. I love when you discover something about somebody else's story and it helps you with yours in one way, shape, or form. That's powerful. They're saying the depth of a connection. But yeah, I do feel like there's this feeling that will come over you at a certain point where this person, you'll recognize that they're not telling you everything, or you'll remember that, okay? But I do feel like there's a level of mystery about you as well, where it wouldn't be 100% or at all smart to be putting all of your secrets or all of your rough times on the table, right? That could be a bit heavy or just too much, or just not smart in one way, shape, or form. But I also feel like you are meant to open up just a little bit more, okay? Open up just a little bit more. You could be thinking about something you kept from a past connection. Could be a family member or somebody you dated, a friend, you name it. Or you could be pushed to think about multiple situations like that. I just sense that there's a level of feeling a bit incomplete throughout this day as I look at the sort of half circle the light's creating, and whether or not this connection helps you feel a bit more complete in that moment, you're going to recognize or remember what you're lacking at this time or what you desire to feel a new level of completeness, wholeness within oneself. But also, there's some true benefits from the alone time that, even if it's not a lot of which, the alone time that takes place for you individually. And I really do feel like, okay, gay people could take a focus, but I do feel like there's a focus on your happiness, okay? What is going to make you happy? This came up in the previous daily read, and I do feel like you need to recognize if it's not your emotion or not your sluggish way of being that you're experiencing, right? If you're empathic. But I feel like there's going to be a moment or two where you feel like a fish out of water, right? Where you don't fit in with a specific somebody, or you just feel like it's a little uncomfortable to bond with somebody, or you just are picking up on somebody else's fish out of water sort of energy. However that works for you, I feel it's a true moment to teach you something about oneself or about what you truly desire or don't desire. And I do sense that there's levels of celebration once again throughout this day for successful bonding, learning, clarity, discovering, and for success with whatever work you produce. Being reminded you truly are, being drawn to this reading, a pillar of golden light and success. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Monday, and I'll see you next time.